Hi, I'm Dana HOGLE at the HOGLE firm. Today we're talking about what do you do when you get in a car wreck. The unfortunate thing that we're all dealing with is we have to drive here in Arizona. The transit system ain't that great. So, you know what, we're driving. The first thing you do, if capable, if you absolutely can, the first thing you do once a collision happens, once you've been in a wreck, you call 911. Stay in the car. If there's no immediate danger, the car's not going to blow up, there's no fire, you're not in the middle of the road or something like that, stay in the car. Even sometimes if you're in the middle of the road, I mean, you don't want to get out of this vehicle and get run over, so stay in the car and call 911 immediately. Most of us are well equipped with cell phones nowadays, and so call 911. Once the cavalry, I like to call them, once the law enforcement gets there and the fire department gets there, don't discuss your injuries with the police officer. Law enforcement, that's not why they're there. They're there to clear the area, make sure that you remain safe. They're not there to treat your injuries. They're not there to help you medically. They might be very nice. Don't discuss your injuries. What you discuss with anybody when they first get on scene is certainly makes a report. There's a report. So you're going to discuss what you're feeling immediately right then and there with the EMTs. Those are the medical trained professionals that are there to help you. That's okay. Those are the folks that are there, and usually they're fire department, and they're the emergency medical transport. Okay. They're the nurses there. They've been trained to help you in a traumatized situation. The first thing you're going to want to do after the smoke clears is go to your trusted doctor. Go to your family doctor, the doctor that you usually go to. If you don't have one of those, ask somebody about somebody they like. All right? Go to a doctor. Get a one-over. I call it a checkup. You just, from the head down, you're getting checked out, seeing what's what. And then the second thing you're going to do, and there's going to be a lot of insurance companies, your own, the person that caused the collision, these insurance companies are going to be calling you. Do not discuss your injuries with them. You can discuss the property damage, the car damage with them, sure, till the cows come home. You know your car better than anybody. And yeah, you can discuss your car, but your personal injury, your injury to your person, don't discuss that with them. They'll try to get into your grill with that. Don't let them do that. They're professionals. You don't deal with adjusters every day. We do. So do you need a lawyer? Yes, you do. We deal with adjusters every day, and that's why you need us. Nothing more, nothing less. I wish to tell you something better. Good rule of thumb. Put it all on your physicians. Put it all on those that you're seeing, not on you. Okay? At the end of the day, the lawyer needs to help you out with directing traffic and making sure you're getting the treatment you need and that you're staying on task. You're getting better. You're getting back to the way you were before the collision happened. As far as your car goes, attorneys can be a huge helpmate to help you get the value that you deserve from your vehicle. And this is a fight. I mean, these things become fights sometimes. Not always. Not always. A motorcycle collision. There is no difference with a motorcycle collision than a vehicle collision. What I just said about the vehicle applies to the motorcycle. Commercial vehicle. So let's say you're hit by a commercial vehicle. There is no difference. The only difference with a commercial vehicle hitting you is usually, not always, they're much larger vehicles, and they can really wallop you. Other than that, there's really no difference with a commercial vehicle and a normal run-of-the-mill vehicle like I drive or most people drive. A lot of people don't understand the concept of policy limits. insurance policy limits. The state requires that every person with a license that drives a vehicle legally has to have insurance, and they have to be covered up to $15,000. Okay? That $15,000 means that that's all you can get from that policy. That doesn't mean that your policy, depending on what type of policy you have, isn't in play. So you really have no friendly fire here. Policy limits are very important, there's no question, because if you get in a very devastating automobile collision and the individual that hits you and they have a $15,000 policy, that's not a drop in the bucket for what you just experienced and what you're continually experiencing. It's not a drop in the bucket. What is your insurance policy? I'd take a look at your insurance policy right about now. See how, you know, to what degree am I covered? I mean, am I covered for 15 as well? Is that all I can get to? You'd be surprised, and talk to your agent about this, because I'm not an insurance agent, but you can talk to your agent about this. You'd be surprised the price difference between a solid policy and a weak, barely legal policy is very little per month. Now, it depends on your driving habits and how many tickets you end up getting, but nonetheless, for the most part, it's very little, even in that scenario. So you might want to look at that, because if you experience a really poor automobile collision that just you didn't end up too terribly well, you're going to want to have as much available to you as possible, even if it's your own. Will your rates go up? I get that question all the time, and it's a good question, and I understand why anybody would be asking it. No, they won't. It's a no fault. You didn't cause the collision. So the only person that wins if you don't make a claim against State Farm, Nationwide, who's not on your side, by the way, you're not in good hands with Allstate. You're not. At the end of the day, the only person that wins if you don't make that claim and there's a claim to be made is them. And they have plenty of money to roll around. Trust me on that one. Find somebody you trust. I believe you can trust my firm. We do a great job. Our staff here is fantastic. We'll take care of you. And we take you seriously. We do. Again, I'm Dana HOGLE at the HOGLE firm, and you'd be in good hands with me.